Alright, welcome back to Bytes Code and welcome back to lesson 2 of layouts in CSS. So in today's lesson, we'll be looking at Flexbox and a grid layout. So what is Flexbox? Let's begin with. Flexbox layout is the most powerful layout mode in CSS actually. So this allows us to create flexible and responsive layouts. We can use Flexbox layout to create layouts that adapt to different sizes and device. So let's jump into VS Code. Let's do some illustration. So with our previous code, where are you? Let's open my browser. Cool. So with our previous code, nothing to edit here, nothing to delete. All right. So let's edit our CSS. So the same code from our previous lesson, container should have a display of flex. So I think I missed out how to access the layout in the first lesson. So I want to do that in the second lesson. So to access the layout properties or to access the layout values, you first need to call out the display property. So first is a display. So display what type of layout do you want. So the value describes the type of layout you want. So display here is a property and the value here is the layout you want. So display with a layout of flex. Cool. So let's do something interesting. Let's give my items some width. So items, let's give them a width of 200 pixels each, and I think a height also of 200 pixels. Dot items. Oh, just type items. Dot items there. And let's give this border. A border of 1px solid hashtag 0000006. Now let's give this some padding, no, some margin rather. So margin to separate or to give them spaces, margin of 10 pixels. Nice. Now notice how the boxes are kind of shrunk to one side. So when I minimize my screen, under normal circumstances, I want the boxes to move from maybe this place to somewhere here at the bottom so that they adjust to the screen size. So the question is, how do I do that? So display flex has a property that comes along with, which is the flex wrap. So flex wrap simply means we should wrap our parent container and our children elements or items so that they adjust to different screen sizes. So display flex wrap and set its value from nothing to wrap. So control S and you see that works. So when our screen size reduces or increases, let's illustrate that. So when it's increasing, you see our content also adjusting to the screen size. When it's decreasing, you also see the content also adjusting to the screen size. Perfect. Let's move on. Now let's talk about the next type of layout, which is the grid layout. So the grid layout is similar to the Flexbox, but then the grid layout is a two-dimensional layout mode. It's a two-dimensional layout mode that allows us to create grid-based layouts. We can use grid layout to create complex and responsive layouts, just like the Flexbox. So let's do something on grid layout and see. So the same code, let's just manipulate. So set this from flex to grid, display grid, control S, and nothing happens here because we need to set our grid template column. So grid also comes with its own package. So once you set it to grid, you set a template or you create a template to follow or to come along with your grid. So what type of grid template do you want? So I want a grid template columns. Yes, and I want it to repeat 3 rows or 3 columns by one fraction of the screen. So 1 FR, and you see that one to change from here. Alright, so we see the effects on our web page. Once I inputted my grid template column alongside with the grid layout. Okay, so the grid layout also has a responsive feature. And then to do that, we will have to dive much deeper into the grid layout. So the grid layout also has the option for us to create responsive layout. But to do that, we'll be using quite a number of templates and a number of properties, which is going to take some time. And I wouldn't like to do that in this video. As we move on to create real life websites using the grid template or the grid layout types, I'll be introducing that to you guys so that you can follow along. Alright, so this is all on today's lesson, and this ends the series on CSS. So what is next for you guys? What is next for you guys is a surprise. We'll be working on this website. So we'll be working on a Netflix payment website. We will try to clone something similar to this. So I divided this site into three sections, which is going to cover three lessons. So the first lesson is going to talk about creating the nav bar or the header we have over here, which has a logo and a sign out link. And the second lesson is going to talk about creating the forms. So we have pictures, buttons, inputs, and some text. So we'll be doing that in the second lesson. In the third lesson for this video or for this Netflix lesson is going to feature the footer. So I'm going to create the footer and some inputs, or I think some input box and quite some text over there. So that will be for the next lesson after this. And after this Netflix login, we try to create this contact us page I personally designed. So it has a nav bar, it has a logo, it has a contact us info, it has input to accept user details, and it has a send button. Also has a footer with some social images over there. So I hope you guys subscribe and you don't miss out on any lessons that will be uploaded on this channel. Alright, stay safe and see you guys in the next videos or lesson series. Bye.